And in the meantime, President Obama says his executive action does not require congressional approval. And this has gun rights activists up in arms. One America's John Hines tells us more tonight from Washington.
Following the president's announcement of his intentions to expand background checks for gun purchases without congressional approval, reaction amongst conservatives was swift and vocal.
There are actions within my legal authority that we can take to help reduce gun violence and save more lives.
President of Americans for Tax Reform and board member of the National Rifle Association, Grover Norquist, says the new regulations would increase the cost and burdens associated with selling guns.
The president has unilaterally decided to say that anybody who sells a gun, your brother, your friend, your neighbor, whether he sells 1 or 2 or 3,000, is going to have to get a federal license. Now, federal license takes time. Federal license costs money. Hillary Clinton is in favor, publicly, of a $2,500 license.
The Obama administration wants to do this by expanding the definition of gun dealers to include anyone selling firearms at gun shows, websites, and flea markets. In this way, the new rules would make gun sales at these informal venues subject to background checks. But Norquist says the real objective is to chip away at Second Amendment rights.
It will limit the number of places guns are sold. Once you've limited the number of places guns are sold, you can begin to constrict at each point. This is a much bigger attack on the Second Amendment than most people realize, and certainly more than the president admits to.
Norquist says that if people are worried about an erosion of their Second Amendment rights, they need to make sure their voices are heard in Congress and at the ballot box in November. Norquist recalls that following similar gun control efforts by then-President Bill Clinton in 1993, the Democrats lost their majority in Congress in 1994 and remained silent on the gun issue for more than a decade. John Hines, One America News, Washington.